what I'm saying? Alright. Let us see. What's going on here? I'm still at the shrine, but I no longer feel Lokoko clinging to my back. I turn around slowly. Lokoko is standing a short distance away, as if to see me off. No tears, just a bewildered smile. My chest feels like it's about to burst. I hold it back. Hey, Lokoko? Yes? You're... I hesitate for a moment, but I have to know. You're a guy, right? Yes? She is gone. He has returned. Cuter than any girl. Looks good in Miko robes. But he's a guy. I bite my lip. Do you... like me? What? I don't understand. Do you like me? I respect you. He respects me? I don't deserve his respect. But that's not what matters now. Lukako's answer seemed clear, but it wasn't. He didn't answer the question. If I change back into a guy, I'll have to hide my feelings for you. Lukako might still like me, even though he's a guy again. However, he'll never speak honestly about those feelings. This is what Lukako decided for himself. It would be wrong to pry any further. Maybe I'm just running away. Maybe I should pry, force him to confront his feelings. But I'm not strong enough to accept the consequences. I'll just end up hurting Lukako. Thanks. You are my disciple. Now and forever. Agreed? Yeah, yes. Of course I am. I look away, unable to bear his shy smile. The world line has changed. Lukako is a guy again. Which means the IBN 5100 should be here at the shrine. On the previous world line, girl Lukako broke the IBN 5100 while cleaning the storehouse. But guy Lukako didn't clean the storehouse. He never broke the IBN 5100. It's 6:46 p.m. Judging by past experience, it is very likely that I've averted Mary's death for today. But just in case, I should get back to the lab within the hour. Lukako, do you remember breaking an old computer in the shrine storehouse last year? An old computer? No, I don't remember anything like that. I don't really understand computers. I haven't played with them much. When Lukako was a girl, she trembled when I asked her the same question, and then she forced a smile as if to avoid admitting that she broke the computer. But he's not trembling now. Lukako honestly doesn't know. Go get your father for me. I asked Lukako to fetch his father for me so I can ask him whether or not the IBN 5100 was in the storehouse. An old computer? Yes, I do remember. I'll go check. Please wait a moment. He heads into the storeroom out back, just like on the previous world line. But on the previous world line, the IBM 5100 was no longer in the storehouse, since girl Lukako had secretly moved it. However, will it turn out this time? Lukako's dad returns after about 10 minutes. His expression is grave. That's all the answer I need. Nothing has changed. It's gone. I couldn't find it anywhere. I quickly glance at Lukako's face. Blank. He doesn't seem to know anything. Lukako is innocent. I'm sure of it. The lock to the storehouse is broken. Someone may have stolen it. Stolen it? It didn't disappear? A thief took it? There's evidence someone dragged something heavy away. That wasn't there at the end of the year cleaning, and the lock wasn't broken when I checked last month. I never expected a thief would break in. Then, shouldn't we report it to the police? While they discuss what to do, I sigh and consider the situation. This isn't going to work. The IBM 5100 is still out of reach. There are 2 D-mails left to cancel. Something tells me that if I cancel just one more, I can get back the IBM 5100. But which one? Okabe-san, I don't really understand, but please don't be sad. Just go, it matters not, like you always do. I chuckle. Luke was so adorable when he's trying to cheer me up, but he's a guy. You're using that phrase wrong, you know. I wave goodbye and leave the shrine. 2 D-mails remain. First, the one I sent to myself with the winning Lotto 6 numbers. That one should be easy to cancel. The problem is the other one. The one sent by someone I wish I could forget. Kiru Moeka. I know the gist of her D-mail, since she sent it as part of our early experiments. When Moeka asked to send a D-mail, I agreed under 2 conditions. First, make the content simple enough the D-mail's effects would be obvious. Second, make the contents public to all lab members. Moeka ended up sending a D-mail to prevent herself from buying a new phone a few days prior. The D-mail was sent to July 31st, an easy date to remember. The question is how it relates to the theft of the IBM 5100. It must be the butterfly effect, as it was with Lukuko's D-mail. This time, however, I will not hesitate to do what is necessary. Kiru Moeka does not deserve my sympathy. That woman and her men have killed Mayuri more times than I can bear to remember. I will show her no mercy. There's just one problem. The cancellation D-mail needs to be sent from Moeka's own phone. I don't think a message from me telling her not to change phones would sway Moeka's intentions in the slightest. I need her phone, but I don't know where to find her. What do I do? I return to the lab and set things up so I can time leap at a moment's notice. Fortunately, that isn't necessary. Whew, I'm stuffed. I barely ate today, so I was hungry. Is there more tomorrow? Yeah, and the day after, too. Mayuri just got back from Kamemo 30 minutes ago. She and Karisu, who stayed behind at the lab, have just finished eating cup noodles. It's already past 8, and so far, nothing has happened. Mayuri is still alive. Going by the pattern, her death has probably been postponed until about this time tomorrow. Is this the will of some higher being, God, fate, the universe itself? Or is it merely coincidence? That doesn't matter now. Okie dokie. Mayushi's got an early day tomorrow, so I'm going home. Mayuri takes a big stretch and starts getting ready to go home. She's been up since 5 this morning. Looks like she plans to wake up early tomorrow, too. That reminds me, I haven't seen Daru at all. He's fighting in the Kamema Holy War, too, so that doesn't surprise me. Busy checking his spoils, I guess. Hey guys, why don't you come too? I'll pass, but my assistant looks like she wants to go. Huh, what? Karisu jumps up at my answer. Hey, don't put words in my mouth. I saw your eyes sparkle while you listened to Mayuri's cosplay stories. Maybe, but somebody... Nobody said anything about going. Come on, Christian. I know that Karisu is an at-channeler, but is she an otaku? Not all at-channelers are otaku, but she has often hinted at an interest in cosplay. No way. I'd suffocate in a crowd like that. It's not as crowded on day 2. If you're worried, come in the afternoon. All the popular stuff will be sold out, though. You go, Okabe. You're Mayuri's guardian, aren't you? No, Mayushi is Okurin's hostage. Oh, right. That's what it was. Well, you don't want your hostage to escape, do you? Shouldn't you take her along in handcuffs or something? I've got business in Akaba. What do you mean, business? The search for Kiru Moeka. I already sent her an email. We need to talk. And now I'm awaiting her reply. Something tells me it's not going to work. No answer? I guess it was just an excuse. Christina, we need to talk. Again? Abrupt as usual. What do you mean, again? Nothing? What you gonna talk about? You two have been really close lately, huh? You're always talking together. Mayushi really wants to join in your secret meetings and stuff. Don't worry, we've been talking about the time leap machine. It would just be gibberish to you. Not entirely accurate, but not a lie either. Besides, the purpose of this particular discussion is to convince Christina to attend Kamima. Prepare for good news, Mayuri. Oh, great. Thanks, Okarin. Mayuri waits in the lab as I take Kurisu outside. So, Christina, I'm not going to Kamima. You said again just now. We've talked like this before? Just the two of us? Losing your memory now? Is our little mad scientist having a cyclone deficiency? I'm being serious. You're acting weird today. What's going on? Please, I need to know. I mean, yeah, this is like the 5th time you've brought me outside to talk about the time leap machine. Have we talked about my time leaping? For an instant, Kurisu opens her eyes wide in surprise. But then she gives me an angry glare. You're time leaping? I nod. More than a dozen times already. That many? What the hell are you doing? Looks like she doesn't know anything about Lukuko or my shifting between world lines. But that's only natural. So far I've changed world lines a total of 3 times. Let's call the first world line where Miri died Alpha 1. Then world line where Ferris and I fought the viral attackers is Alpha 2. The world line where I dated girl Lukuko is Alpha 3. And now I'm on Alpha 4. From my perspective, Alpha 1, Alpha 2, and Alpha 3 were undone by my D-mails. But for Grisu and everyone else on Alpha 4, those world lines were nothing but separate, intangible possibilities to begin with. I guess I have to explain everything again. I sigh heavily, then begin. I think I get it. After I'm done, Chrissy sighs and lightly pats my arm. Don't wear yourself out. It's a disgrace to be comforted by my assistant. Why are you always like that? I'm even trying to be nice. You're really full of yourself, you know? I don't need your sympathy. Everything that happened is my fault. I'm just getting what I deserve. Come to think of it, every time I explain this to you, I always end up hating myself in the end. Okabe, don't worry about me. Worry about Mayuri. Mayuri will probably die tomorrow. I don't know how it will happen. If Mayuri stays away from the lab, she can probably avoid running into Moeka and her men. It doesn't matter though. She'll die all the same. All Alpha world lines converge on her death. Escaping the attractor field is the only way to save her. Sorry about this, but I want you to be there when she dies tomorrow night. That's why you want me to go to Kamima? There's nothing we can do to prevent her death. Just stay close and tell me when it happens. Once I know, I'll make the time leap. I can't believe there's nothing we can do. It just doesn't feel real. But it's the truth, isn't it? I can see it in your eyes. Are you okay? No, I still haven't saved May. I know, that's not what I meant. Chrisu interrupts me. Are you okay? I don't follow. You're carrying an awful burden. It's rare for her to look so concerned for me. I told you not to worry about me. It's Mayuri you need to worry about. Tomorrow, I'm going to look for Moeka. If Mayuri doesn't die tomorrow, I can postpone the time leap. If Mayuri does die tomorrow, I'll return to the past no matter what. I wish there was some way that Mayuri wouldn't have to suffer. Then why don't you time leap now? I can't plan effectively without knowing the deadline. I don't want to see Mayuri die either, you know. I know how you feel, but you're the only one I can ask. Where did all this trust come from? You're my assistant, after all. Chrisu forces a laugh at my feeble attempt at a joke. You're so full of yourself. We have our plan. Chrisu will go to her first Kamima. Mayuri will be so delighted when I tell her the news. I haven't seen Mayuri all day. I want to be with her, of course, but that's not possible. That's not possible. Moeka hasn't replied, which means I have to find her myself. Unfortunately, I don't know anything about her. My only clue is Arc Rewrite, the company Moeka supposedly worked at. I find it after a quick search online. Sure enough, their business is producing articles for PC magazines. Luckily, their office is in Akaba. I try calling first, but it goes to voicemail. I guess they're still closed for Oban holiday. Or maybe it's just a bad time? Looks like I've got no choice but to visit them in person. It's the second day of Kamima and Akaba is deserted. Most of the otaku are lined up at Big Sight right now. I've experienced the craze of Kamima several times firsthand. It's literal war. It scares me whenever Mayuri goes alone. I can't help but imagine her trampled by a horde of crazed otaku. But in reality, Mayuri's surprisingly quick and tough. I've seen her weave through crowds like you wouldn't believe. Chrisu's the one more likely to get trampled. I can't help but feel sorry for her. Maybe it was wrong to ask her to go. I find the Arc Rewrite office in a fancy-looking building on the outskirts of Akiba. I take the elevator up, but there's nobody there. I lean against the wall and wait. After about 30 minutes, a man dressed in a shirt and tie appears. I explain that I'm a relative of Kira Moeka and ask for her contact info. But he gives an unexpected answer. We don't have an employee by that name. You don't? Damn, I've been tricked. I should have known better. Moeka is working for CERN. Of course your place of employment is fake. Is this the end of the line? Just as I'm about to turn around and leave, the man pounds his hand as if he remembered something. Wait a second. There was a girl who worked here just 2 days before disappearing. I think her name might have been Kiru. We might have her resume. I frantically bow my head and ask for him to look for it. He's reluctant, but acquiesces. The address listed on the resume leads me to a beat-up old apartment. Not the sort of place you'd expect a single young woman to live. I feel a strange unease as I approach the apartment. For some reason, there's a police car parked in front of the complex. A uniformed officer is standing out front. And one room on the second floor, room 202, Moeka's, has a blue sheet covering the door. What's going on here? I walk up to the police officer. Excuse me, did the person who lives here move? Huh? No. Then, are you related? I knew her. You haven't heard? The police officer looks uncomfortable. The bad feeling in my gut is getting worse. What happened? Suicide. What? Suicide? But why? When? Yesterday. No way. They took her to Chiyoda, their central hospital. Doesn't look like she had any relatives. We don't know who to notify. Will you go see the body? I bow my thanks and leave. She's dead? Moeka's dead? What's going on? It doesn't make sense. Suicide? Moeka, who killed Mayuri in cold blood, committed suicide? Or is this part of the conspiracy? Could her own men have killed her, then made it look like a suicide? Today is the 16th. On World Line Alpha 1, Moeka raided the lab on the 13th. 3 days have passed since then. Each time I changed world lines, Mayuri's death got pushed back one day. So does Moeka's thread. It hasn't happened yet on this world line. So why did she die? I don't get it. This is the first time this has happened. How should I deal with this? What should I do? I squat on the ground and cradle my head in confusion. If Moeka is dead, maybe Mayuri doesn't have to die. No, I don't think convergence is like that. Fate demands Mayuri's death. Whenever I try to stop it, something interferes. True, I'm the one who meddled with the timeline, but haven't I paid the price already? How did all this happen? A few weeks ago, I was just a college student with a severe case of junior abuse. Save for Mayuri's grandmother, I had never experienced the death of anyone close to me. Death had no place in my life. How many times have I faced death in these past 3 days? More when you count the loops I've made. My heart can't take anymore. I don't know how much longer I can go on. One more. Just one more D-mail to cancel. If I can get my hands on Moeka's phone. Time leap. Moeka died yesterday around noon. I can go back to before that happened. The reason she died isn't important. Whether Mayuri's murderer kills herself is no concern to me. I just need to cancel that email. Upon returning to the lab, I casually look up at the second floor window. And what I see shocks me to my core. Electrical discharge? Someone is using the time leap machine. Who? Mayuri and Dago should be at Kamima. Not even Carissa should be here. I asked her to escort Mayuri yesterday. Besides, she's against changing the past. So who? The building shakes. The vibration reaches the street. I can't let this happen. The timeline mustn't be tampered with again. I need to stop it now. I race up the stairs to the lab. By the time I get there, the shaking has stopped. I quietly peek into the development room. Nobody's there. The door was unlocked. Anyone could have walked right in. How could we be so careless? The time leap machine is still faintly warm. So somebody did use it. Who? Did they time leap? This is the first time someone else has used the time leap machine. Just to be sure, I check the X68000. As expected, the history's been erased. The same thing happens when we send a D-mail. There's nothing I can do about this. It worries me, but I have to focus on Moeka. I set up the time leap machine. The maximum time leap is 48 hours. To leap more than that, you need to leap 48 hours and then leap again. The 42-inch CRT is on downstairs. That's plain as day, since the discharge phenomenon just occurred. I put on the headgear. Preparations complete. Should I really leap now? It's giving me the phone trigger at this moment. It is just me. I'm alone. There's no one here inside my computer. Excuse me. Should I really time leap now? What would I do? Just do the phone wave? Do the phone wave! Do the phone wave! I guess it is time to go. This time we go back. Okay, so who was the original setter-offer of the time leap machine? I just went back 5 days. Maybe it was just multiple leaps in one scene. Suddenly, the empty room is full of familiar faces. Mayuri is sitting on the sofa, working on her costumes and rubbing her tired eyes. Daru is at his PC, muttering to himself. Chris, who is in the development room, tinkering with the phone wave, name subject to change. Where's Moeka now? Should I try going to her apartment again? Honestly, I'm afraid to meet her face to face. I don't know what I might do. That woman killed Mayuri. Innocent Mayuri, sewing with all she's got. I've seen the blood drain from her body. I've seen the light fade from her eyes. If I see Moeka, will I be able to contain my rage? It doesn't matter. I can't run away. In order to save Mayuri, I must meet with Moeka. I head to Moeka's ratty apartment. There is no sign of the police this time. Moeka's suicide won't happen for another 4 days. I run up the iron stairs and stand in front of the door to Unit 202. The lights aren't on inside. I start getting anxious. Maybe she's not here. There's no intercom, so I reluctantly knock on the door. No reply. I try again with the same result. Damn, might as well try the doorknob. It's unlocked. I take a deep breath. This could be a trap. Remember, we're not dealing with an ordinary person. Moeka is a rounder, an agent of CERN. If I die here, what will happen to Mayuri? Will Kurisu or Daru use the time leap machine to save her? I need to be careful. But at the same time, I can't save Mayuri by doing nothing. So I steel myself, open the door, and peek inside. The apartment is dark, too dark to see. Feel someone's presence. I step inside. The apartment is practically empty. Minimal furnishings. Only the barest necessities of life. But there by the window is a figure in the moonlight. A woman is sitting on the floor, her head bowed. There's no one else here. I approach the woman and stare down at her, gritting my teeth in a desperate effort to maintain control. Ever since the first time she killed Mayuri, I've tried my best to avoid thinking about this woman. But now I have no choice. I can't accomplish my goal until I have the answers I need from her. I must obtain the IBN 5100 to escape the Alpha Attractor Field and rescue Mayuri. Kiryu Moeka. I had another name for her once. It hurts to remember. I force it to the back of my mind. Can you hear me? Moeka's fingers twitch. She sluggishly lifts her head, but she doesn't look up. She stares at my feet instead. Who? She finally speaks in a frail voice. Moeka has always had trouble speaking, but it seems especially severe today. I notice her hair and clothes are disheveled. She looks awful, though I suppose that's no surprise, given that she killed herself in 4 days. FB? Is it you? FB? I've heard that name before. If I'm not mistaken, that's her superior's codename. Why won't you contact me? I did everything you told me to. Her phone in Moeka's hands glows faintly. She's still clinging to it, I see. Did I do something wrong? I'll fix it, I promise. Just don't abandon me. I'll do anything for you, FB. Please answer me. Give me orders. I'll obey. And tell me what to do. Tell me. Tell me. I'm at a loss for words. I wasn't expecting to find her in such a miserable state. She was so cold, so calm when she killed Mary. It's like she's a different person now. Is this another effect of the world line change? But it's only been a week since she sent her email. How could she have changed so much? I get on my knees and shake Moeka by the shoulders. Hey, can you hear me? Hey! FB, why won't you answer? Kiryu Moeka. Hey, it's me, Okabe. No response. Moeka just keeps crying and mumbling to herself. I shake harder, but she doesn't react. She doesn't even resist. Looking down, I notice that she's typing rapidly on her phone. Bewildered, I look at the screen. FB, 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 a lot of times. What the? What happened to Moeka? From what little I understand, it sounds like she's lost contact with her supervisor, FB. But I don't understand how that could turn Moeka into such a wreck. It doesn't matter. I don't care what happens to her. I'm here for one thing. Recalling my purpose, I reach for Moeka's phone. No! A sharp crack echoes through the room. Moeka slapped my hand away. It didn't hurt, but her reaction was lightning quick. Now Moeka curls up into a ball, hugging the phone tightly to her chest. It was like this from the moment I met her. She never let go of her phone, not even for a second, as if it were the only thing keeping her alive. No mails. No mails. You mean from FB? No mails. I make several more attempts to take her phone while she babbles incoherently, but she just slaps my hand away each time. Next, I try persuasion. I promise to help her search for FB if she lends me her phone. It's a lie, of course, though. Come to think of it, I would like a piece of FB too. But that can wait until after I've saved Mayuri. But Moeka doesn't buy it. If, that is, she heard me at all. Damn it, we're not getting anywhere. Maybe I should take it from her by force. But what if she tries to kill me before I send the email? In her current state, she might not have the strength to retaliate. There's not much I can do against someone with a gun. What should I do? Her gun. Where would she keep it? I quickly scan the room, but there's no sign of it. Crap, that startled me. Do I answer the assistant? Ooh, do I keep pressing the progression button? Diverging timeline? Could she have picked a worse time? I try again, this time asking nicely to borrow her phone. Moeka doesn't reply. She's staring at her phone. See, I still have the incoming call, but can I not answer it now that the phone trigger thing's gone? I'm not gonna try. As if she realizes that it's not her phone ringing, I see fresh tears pool in her eyes. She hangs her head. Why won't you respond, FB? You're the one who recruited me. Moeka starts typing yet another mail. I guess she really doesn't recognize me. This is frustrating. Why is she acting like the victim here? Does she think she's a tragic heroine? Does she think she deserves sympathy? You don't have the right to be so weak. It's Mayuri who deserves sympathy, not you. She died countless times because of you. Murderer. I swallow the word before it passes my lips. Damn it. I check my phone. It's Kurisu calling. I stand up and move to the entrance, where I can take the call without letting Moeka out of my sight. Hello? Finally. Where are you? You promised you'd help with the phone wave, remember? Or is your lab number just for show? Get Daru to help. I can't do it today. What are you doing? Where are you? Kiryu Moeka's apartment. So you're with a woman. You're the worst. She has not met Moeka on this world line. I quickly give Kurisu a simplified version of the usual explanation. Kurisu listens attentively as she always does. Maybe she's more considerate than I give her credit for. As soon as I finish, Kurisu gives it to me straight. You have to take it from her by force. You've seen too many Hollywood movies. You're up against an agent of CERN. Play nice and you could end up dead. Don't hesitate. Remember, you're doing this to save Mayuri. I know you're pretty weak and scrawny, but you should be able to handle her in your current state. Gee, thanks. At least she's not beating around the bush. Suddenly, she lowers her voice. You might think I'm a monster for saying this, but... that I care what you... Not that I care what you think, but... kill her if you have to. You're a monster. But you're not a hypocrite. And that's what I love about you, Christina. Love? What's the matter with her now? I mean it. I wish my conviction were as strong as yours. Well, thanks. But that's not all, right? There's a reason you're willing to suggest murder as an option. How did you reach that conclusion? Good. You're still thinking. I can't be certain whether your story is true, and I don't quite understand this attractor field hypothesis. But, based on what you've told me, if this Kiryu woman commits suicide 4 days from now, then that means her death flag is already active. In other words, this world line has approved her death. On previous world lines where that wasn't the case, you probably couldn't have killed her even if you tried. Something would have happened to prevent it. Or possibly, killing her would have caused a dramatic shift in world line divergence. But on this specific world line, her death is already certain. As you've experienced with Mayuri's death, the result is what matters, not the process. I believe the same applies to Kiru. It doesn't matter how she dies. In other words, I could kill her instead of letting her commit suicide. She's already going to die, so that makes it okay. That's the kind of argument a murderer would make. Don't be a hypocrite. We're not talking about right and wrong here, Okabe. She's unforgiving as always. But it actually feels nice to speak frankly like this. But what about the law? Even if fate forgives me, society won't. As long as you have the time loop machine, you can undo anything, even murder. The result will be that you gained the necessary information without killing anybody. I understand. Whew. Just remember one thing. You're responsible for what you do. I guess that's quite a thing for me to say, huh? After telling you to kill her. It's fine. Your advice was truly becoming a mad scientist. Get it done, Okabe. Bye. She hangs up without another word. Strangely, I find Kurisu's harsh tone encouraging. Who does she think she is? A general? I manage a smirk as I close my phone. Moeka's still sitting on the floor. Kill her if you have to, Kurisu said. Moeka did the same to us. She doesn't deserve mercy. Kill her or let her live, it's my choice, my responsibility. Even after I undo the murder, the memory of my crime will remain with me. That sin, that guilt, I'll have to carry that weight. I mustn't ever forget. That's what Kurisu meant when she spoke of responsibility. Murder is unforgivable, no matter the circumstances. Can you understand that, Kiryu Moeka? I reach for Moeka's phone. This time, there's no hesitation. No! No! Moeka resists. I grab her slender hand and pin it to the window. The glass rattles from the force, but thankfully doesn't break. With my other hand, I pry the phone away from Moeka's chest. Go! She drives her foot straight into my solar plexus. The breath explodes from my lungs. I gasp for air. In a fit of anger, I raise my hand to strike. But at that last moment, I hesitate. Damn. What happened to killing her if I have to? I know we're past the point of playing nice, but I've never hit a girl in my life. I don't consider myself a model gentleman or anything, but the idea that men aren't supposed to hit women is such a strong part of my common sense that it stayed my hand almost like an instinct. So instead, I wrap my hand around Moeka's neck and squeeze. When she tries to kick me again, I pin her legs under my own. I squeeze harder. My fingers dig into her throat. She struggles for breath. I feel her throat moving as she gasps for air. I can finally see my reflection in her tear-reddened eyes. Nah, I have your attention. Moeka is under control, but now I don't have a free hand to take her phone. If I loosen my grip on her throat even slightly, it'll turn into a struggle again. Moeka is hiding her phone behind her back now. I need that phone. Should I let go of her hand or her neck? Give me your phone. Moeka weakly shakes her head. If you don't, I'll kill you. I wonder if I even can. I can undo it with the time loop machine. It'll be the perfect crime. One that never happened. But still, do I really have it in me to murder someone? I don't know. But I have to try. Hand it over or I'll kill you. No words leave Moeka's lips, just rough breathing. Stalemate. Neither of us shows the other any openings. We're practically motionless, but our breathing is ragged. It's taking all my strength just to pin her down. Our rough breathing echoes through the room. For a moment, it even seems to synchronize. This is getting me nowhere. I remove my hand from her neck, and then use my entire left arm to pin her against the wall in a guillotine choke. She starts groaning in pain. My right hand has her left hand up against the glass. Now I pull her hand down and transfer it to the grip of my left hand. Now my right hand is free. I slide it behind her back and go searching for her phone. I have to lean in close to do this. I press my body up against hers. Pain explodes in my jaw. I lean back. Moeka is readying another headbutt. I put more strength into the guillotine choke to stop her. Moeka's face twists in pain and she struggles to escape my grasp. My guillotine choke seems to be working. She doesn't have the strength to resist. If I push any harder, she really might die. I push harder. Moeka writhes in pain, tears falling from her eyes and drool from her mouth. As her resistance weakens, my right hand finds Moeka's phone. She still has it in a tight grip, but I manage to tear it away. I quickly release Moeka and step away. She bends over and coughs violently, but still, she reaches out to me with tears in her eyes. She wants her phone back. I don't care. I look at the screen. It shows an email draft with a string of FBs entered. I clear the text and start typing a new mail. But her phone's different from mine, so I don't quite know how to use it. Let's see. Nah. Struggling, I look up to see Moeka staggering to her feet. She's like a goddamn zombie. I quickly run outside and close the door behind me. And then I lean my entire body weight onto it, so she can't open it from the inside. The doorknob rattles as she tries to open the door. Then she starts pounding on the inside. It's a good thing doors in Japan open out. You wouldn't see this in a Hollywood movie. Anyway, I have her phone. Now, I just need to pretend to be Moeka and send the cancellation email. Moeka's changes to the past will be cancelled. The world line will change. The IBM 5100 will come back to me. And then we'll hack into CERN. Mission complete. Fate won't have Mayuri this time. Victory will be mine. This is Makase. Get ready for a D-mail. Okay, but what's that noise? I'm having a little trouble here. So you didn't kill her. Good job. I tell her Moeka's address. It's ready. And Mayuri? Still here. She's at the Braun Tube workshop trying to get the manager to turn on the CRT. You didn't tell her anything, did you? About her death? Of course not. Good. Don't hang up yet. I put my phone down and resume typing into Moeka's phone. A middle-aged lady comes out of the apartment next door. Our eyes meet. So I put on a forced smile. The lady grins mockingly before going back inside. I wonder what she was thinking. Maybe she thought it was a lover's quarrel. In the mail, I write, model change, do it now, before sold out. Moeka's email said, don't change models. The desire for limited edition hard-to-find products is hard-coded into Japanese DNA. Appealing to that instinct should work. The insistent pounding on the door grows louder, and now I hear groaning from the other side. I can't believe how persistent she is. Is her phone really that important to her? But I've already won. All I have to do is send the email. I'll never forgive you, Moeka, but at least our relationship ends here. Let this be the last time we meet. I raise the phone to eye level. I take a deep breath. It ends now. I press send. No vertigo, no dizziness, nothing. Reading Stein didn't activate. What? Why? Why didn't the world line change? Did the phone wave fail to function? I bring my own phone back to my ear. Chrisu is still on the line. Well? Did you send it? Yes. Did it work? The discharge is occurring as normal. So it worked, right? Definitely. The world line didn't change. You mean it failed? Why? Consider the possibilities. Maybe the message wasn't enough to persuade Moeka to change models. Could we have sent it to the wrong date? It's July 31st. I'm sure of it. Check when the original D-mail arrived. Maybe her reaction will change if the new one arrives just after that. What a pain. The pounding on the door has ceased. Did she finally give up? No, she wouldn't give up. Does she plan to climb out the window and loop around? But we're on the second floor. That would be quite a feat. I should still have some time left. Try sending different messages. If that doesn't work, I'll adjust the timer. You're a lifesaver. What's going on there? Is Mr. Braun freaking out? I can hear him shouting from below. Hashida and Mayuri are trying to calm him down. But who knows how long that'll last. I don't think there's much time left. I put my phone into my pocket without hanging up. I send the message and I change the message and send another D-mail. But still, nothing happens. I'll make another one. Send. No good. Why? What am I doing wrong? I'd like to ask Moeka, but if I go back inside now, she'll probably just attack me. Which reminds me, she's been awful quiet. What's she doing now? Maybe she really did go out the window. I look around. I don't see her anywhere. Think. Why didn't the email work? I wipe the sweat from my brow. My entire body is soaked. It must be the adrenaline. What if Moeka changed addresses when she got a new phone? I take out my phone. Are you there? Still not working? I tried 2 more times, but nothing. I frantically consider my options as I stare hard at Moeka's phone. The walkway is dim, but Moeka's gaudy purple phone shines in the faint light. Wait. I take another good look at the phone. There's something wrong here. What is it? Okabe, what's wrong? Gaudy purple. Latest model. Removable LCD screen. Model number GG01. My eyes tell me there's nothing wrong. I saw this phone when Moeka sent her email, and many times before. She was never without it. It's the same. Nothing has changed. Nothing changed? Huh? What hasn't changed? Why hasn't it changed? Why is it the same as before Moeka sent her email? Moeka's email said, don't change models. She should have a different phone when she sent it. But she didn't. It was the same phone I'm holding right now. There's only one explanation. She never changed models to begin with. No way. She lied to me. Moeka's email wasn't about her phone. That explains how it affected the IBM 5100. It also explains why my cancellation emails aren't working. That sneaky little... The door violently shakes behind my back. It's much stronger than before. She must be ramming the door hard and heavy against... she must be ramming something hard and heavy against the door. I quickly move away from the door. The door shakes again. I can see the frame starting to warp. She's crazy. I suppose I should be thankful she does have a gun, but honestly, this is terrifying enough. It chills my blood to think of what her face must look like now. I've never been the target of such single-minded obsession before. But unfortunately, I can't run away. I need to face Moeka again and wring the information out of her. Oh no, 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 no! I accidentally skipped. I pressed the skip button on accident. Okay, well, you know how it goes. Alright, let's see here. Both Ferris and Lukuko remembered their emails. With prodding, Moeka will remember too. I need that information. Crap, I don't want to go in there. My teeth are chattering. This is pathetic. I thought I'd won when I'd snatched her phone. But now my advantage is gone. Okabe? Okabe, answer me. Christina, what's that pounding? Are you okay? Moeka's email wasn't about a model exchange. What do you mean? She must have changed the text right before we sent it. That's why the cancellation mails aren't working. Did you check her history? It might still be there. Her arrival history. Of course, even if it's not in her send history, it should be here in the arrival history. I glare at the purple phone in my hand. It's a good thing Moeka didn't change phones. Now I know exactly where the email went. I should have thought of that. Checking now. For a second there, I thought it would be easy. I should have known better. Moeka is not a casual phone user. Her mailbox has literally hundreds of entries over the last week. Almost all from FB. Some of my mails are sprinkled in. I don't have time to search through each of these mails, even just the subject lines. Not to mention the pounding on the door is freaking me out. And that's where we are now, after the mistake. I didn't know this little button down here on the bottom left did that. I mean, I should have known. I thought it might have just been an indicator. Christina, I seem to be in a spot of trouble. If I fail, I'm leaving the rest to you. Don't be ridiculous. If you're in trouble, then get out of... I hang up. The lady next door comes out again, alarmed by the escalating noise. She glares at me. But when she sees the magnitude of the door's damage, the lady opens her eyes in shock and runs back inside. I'm not leaning against the door anymore. Moeka could just open it, but she hasn't realized that. She's so fixated on getting her phone back, she'd destroy her own door. In any case, I don't have time to check her mail history. I put the phone into my pockets and move to the side of the door. I carefully grip the doorknob and wait for the interval between bangs. Now, I yank the door open. A coffee table flies out and smashes into the walkway railing. Okabe! Her screech raises hairs all over my body. She's standing in the entrance like a revenant at the gates of hell. I step back. My knees tremble. But then I remember what I'm doing. I gather my resolve, enter the room, and close the door behind me. Or at least I try. The door is bent. It won't fully close. I give up. Unlocking it. Give it back. Moeka glares at me, shaking with fury. First, I have to restrain her again. This is a woman who would kill on command, who would break her own door down just to retrieve her phone. It's too dangerous to let her be. I'm stronger. I just need to get her on the ground. There's no time. It's now or never. Crushing my fear, I charge Moeka at full speed. Our bodies collide. Moeka tries to twist away, but I grab her clothes and use my momentum to push her to the floor. The back of her head hits the floor. Her resistance weakens. She doesn't know how to break a fall. Some secret agent. I quickly straddle her waist. Now she's mine. Give it back! Moeka flails her arms and legs wildly. I should have known she would give up. Her fist strikes my jaw. Fortunately, Moeka is weak. The blow does little damage. I still need to stop her from struggling. First, her hands. I start with her left. I grab her wrist and pin it to the floor. A fist flies toward my face. It pops against my left eye, blanking my vision for a second. She seems to stop struggling for a moment. Her hand claws weakly at the air, but it turns out she was reaching for my hair. She grabs it hard. I feel several strands tear free of my scalp. God. I get a grip on Moeka's face and press her head against the floor. God. She tries to bite my fingers, so I pull my hand back. I grab the hand that's grabbing my hair and dig my nails into her wrist. These sound effects are doing good for the immersion, but pretty annoying to have to emulate. I don't have to. But she still doesn't let go of my hair. All the while, her feet are pounding against my back. She's also trying to free her left hand. I can't take much more of this. Oh, why you? I instinctively headbutt Moeka with all my strength. The sickening sound of bone against bone echoes inside my head. The impact makes me dizzy too, but I fight it. Moeka goes limp. An opening. Finally, I succeed at pinning down both her hands. Her glasses fell off at some point during the struggle. Her red, swollen eyes give her an even more demented look. There's an angry bump on her forehead where I headbutted her. That hurts, you crazy bitch. She spits at me. The lukewarm saliva hits my face. Ugh. I want to wipe it off, but my hands are full. Moeka glares at me. There are tears in her eyes, perhaps from the pain. Eye contact. Good. We're making progress. Moeka breaks eye contact when I mention it. She stares at my pocket. She must have caught a glimpse of purple. I'm not giving it back. I smile scornfully. I'm not letting you escape into your own little world again. You don't have that right. Give it back. Come and get it. Moeka tries again to free her hands. I lean in harder to keep them pinned. My strength and position are superior, so Moeka accomplishes nothing. Next, she struggles to free her body. Same result. I clamp my thighs firmly around her hips and hold her down. She occasionally knees me in the back, but I can bear that pain. It's not enough to make me forfeit this position. I can keep this up as long as I have to. Who's going to tire out first? Moeka, without a doubt. I don't do sports or anything, so I'm not that strong. But I'm on top. I don't need to expend much energy to keep her pinned. Why did you take it? Give it back. Give it back. Keep screaming. She can scream and spit all she likes. Nothing will make me give up this position. I don't care about your phone issues. I don't care about FB. Moeka shakes her head violently. She's just wasting energy. I maintain position and stare down at Moeka. You don't kill her on this world line. And the world lines where you did have already been erased. But I remember everything you did. Everything that never happened. I'll never forget that you killed Mayuri, and I'll never forgive you. So there's no escape for you today. We're gonna stay here as long as it takes. Until now, I've always run away from facing Moeka. But I can't do that on this world line. I have to know what her D-mail said. So let's be honest with each other, huh? Moeka is still struggling. Give it back! Give it back! Give it back! I'll kill you! I'll fucking kill you! Let me go! I'll tear your fucking eyes out so you can talk without your phone. I am impressed. You piece of shit! I'll cut you with a kitchen knife! I'm a mad scientist. This section is my specialty. Die! Die! Help! I'm being raped! This woman's out of control. Does she want another headbutt that badly? A knock sounds from the door. Moeka and I both look at the door in surprise. Hello, this is Nashida from next door. Is everything okay? Do you need the police? If not, could you please keep it down? The walls are pretty thin here. Damn, I didn't think about that. I can't have her calling the police. He's going to kill me! Moeka suddenly screams. No, stop it! Don't kill me! You bitch! What now? I need to silence Moeka somehow. But I can't use either hand. There's only one way. Call the police! I suddenly press my lips against Moeka's. My loveless kiss shuts her up quite effectively. I lock eyes with her as well. Trading glares in silence. Why were they open? Kids these days. I finally hear the neighbor's footsteps recede. What a relief. Oh, she bites into his lips, of course. I feel a sharp pain on my lip. I instinctively jerk away. Blood drips from my mouth and lands on Moeka's neck. She bit me. When I feel around my lip from the tip of my tongue, with the tip of my tongue, taste of blood spreads out from the laceration. Moeka breathes wildly as she glares at me with tearful eyes. Don't act like it's your first time. You're older than me, remember? She grimaces and looks away. Her pink lips glisten with saliva. I might find the sight alluring if the situation were different. Moeka turns her face away and looks up through the open curtains as the bright full moon outside the window. Better. How much time has passed? It feels like it's already been dozens of hours. But it's still night outside, so it probably hasn't been more than 1 or 2. Moeka hasn't said a word since I kissed her. She hasn't tried to escape either. Her expression is blank. She's just staring off to the side. What is she looking at? I follow her gaze. The only thing there is a half-empty bottle of water. Has she given up? Either way, I can't let my guard down. Maybe it's the stress, but it feels like my body is going numb, and I've been drenched in sweat for a while now. This room has no air conditioning whatsoever. The heat is starting to get to me. I thought I had an overwhelming advantage in this position, but it's harder to maintain than I expected. Not only do I have to keep Moeka pinned, but I also have to keep a close eye on her so she doesn't try anything. All Moeka has to do is lie there. She can rest and try again whenever she's ready. Will this last all night? At this rate, my strength might give out at first. Fear mounts. If she escapes, she's going to try to kill me. She must have her gun somewhere, I'm sure. I consider calling Chrissy for help, but I can't use either hand, and I don't even know what time it is. Damn, it's almost like I'm the one trapped. No, stay positive. You can do this. Moeka is dependent on her phone. That's her weak point. If I keep her separated from her phone, then sooner or later, her will to resist should collapse. It's a matter of whose strength will fail first. Okabe-kun? Suddenly Moeka calls my name. What do I have to do? Now she's trying to ask nicely. Does this mean she's given up? This is what I was waiting for. Now I move in for the kill. Do you remember sending a D-mail? What? D-mail? An email that you sent to the past. You sent one to your own phone. You led me to think it was about a phone model exchange, but you changed the text before you sent it. Her typing speed is lightning fast. It would have been easy for her to type a mere 36 characters while Dara and I were preoccupied with the phone wave names having to change. Your D-mail changed the past. Don't you remember? Normally, once the past changes, everything until that point is undone. But it should be possible to make Moeka remember, just as Ferris and Lukuko did. I don't know. You do know. You just haven't remembered yet. Remember. Remember or else. Or else what? I don't know. This is just a tactic to put pressure on Moeka. I have another plan to make her remember. Moeka turns away again and bites her lip. Tears start falling from her eyes. I watch, never once taking my eyes off her. I didn't notice before now, but her shirt must have become undone during the struggle. I could see the alluring curvature of her collarbone, the skin of her large pale breast, a hint of sexy underwear. Her breasts heave with each painful breath. The base of her neck is stained with the blood from my lip. It's dry, like a scab. Normally Moeka could be mistaken for an elegant, beautiful woman, but now she has large shadows under her eyes, her skin is rough, her face is pale. She looks more intoxicated than intoxicating. Her entire body reeks of death. She's clearly insane. This is the real Moeka. I wish I'd realized sooner. I really don't know. If I could remember, I would. But I don't remember anything. Moeka's gaze shifts constantly from me to the ceiling and then to the window. But her slow murmuring is evidence that she's almost beat. Just a little more, and her resistance will end. Fine. I'll change the question. You received a strange email about 2 weeks ago. It came from your own number, and it was dated several days in the future. Moeka's eyes open wide. Gotcha. You remember? Good. That was the D-mail. What did it say? If I tell you, I'll return your phone. Fuck you. She suddenly curses at me. I won't tell you. Why not? It's my mission. Her mission? I recall what Moeka told me on a previous world line. The Rounder's mission is to find and acquire IBN 5100s. In that case, the IBN 5100. She fell into my trap. Her reflexive response was all I needed to see. It was about the IBN 5100. How much do you know? I'm asking the questions here. Just answer. I can't. I won't betray FB. So you're choosing FB over your phone. How loyal. But Mary's fate hangs in the balance. I can't give up. Moeka still hasn't calmed it down. She's been opening and closing her hands for a while now. She's not trying to escape my restraint. She's just twisting her body, licking her lips, shaking her head, trying to brush the hair off her face. It's like she's suffering from withdrawal without her phone. Soon, she won't have the mental fortitude to resist. If she won't talk now, then I'll just wait until she will. Is it really that painful to not have your phone? Why are you so dependent on it? I can't talk to people. You're talking right now, aren't you? And when she attacked the lab, she was leading a squad of hardened killers. But Moeka shakes her head violently. If I can't use mail, then I'll be cut off from the world. What? Are you fishing for sympathy? You're just afraid of being abandoned by the Rounders, aren't you? No, not the Rounders. FB. That's the same thing, isn't it? Then don't say the world. You're the one who killed an innocent girl. You're the one who erased Mayuri from the world. I didn't kill her. Not on this world line, maybe, but on another world line. You came to steal our time machine. You killed her. You killed Mayuri. On the world line where I interrogated Moeka, she told me that Mayuri was expendable. It didn't matter to CERN whether she lived or died. If FB told me to, then yes, I killed her. Who is FB? Where the hell is he? I asked her the same question back then, but another rounder appeared before she could answer. Something tells me she won't have backup this time. Moeka's position in the rounders has changed. I can't tell you. Then tell me. Then let me tell you something. Listen good. If you're holding out for backup, you can forget it. Nobody's coming to save you. The pain and despair are just going to get worse, and in 4 days, you'll kill yourself. Moeka seems startled by this. I go in for the kill. I came here from the future, using the time machine CERN once so badly. That's how I know. You kill yourself in this room, all alone. Your precious FB doesn't save you. No one does. Not the Rounders, not CERN, not the Committee of 300. Your boss hasn't replied to your mails, has he? You know why? Because you've been abandoned. Moeka's face contorts in despair. Once again, tears fall from her eyes. Guilt squeezes my heart. I know that I'm causing this woman pain inside of me. A voice whispers that it's nothing compared to what she did to Mayuri, that I have no reason to show mercy to a murderer. But at the same time, my conscience screams that it's wrong to hurt someone, no matter who they are or what they've done. Insane mad scientist my ass. I'm afraid to hurt my mortal enemy. I'm nothing but a hypocrite. FB doesn't deserve your loyalty. Tell me everything. I ignore the ache in my heart and push harder, but Moeka shakes her head violently. FB wouldn't betray me. FB wouldn't abandon me. Then why do you kill yourself in 4 days? You kill me and make it look like a suicide. I would need to cover it up if I killed you. I'd just undo your death with my time machine. When I got here, you were sitting in the corner like a limp rag, crying about how FB wouldn't answer, remember? But how many days has it been? How often did FB contact you before? And when did it stop? I keep the questions coming. Need to pile on the pressure. It used to be every day, but it's already been 10 days. 10 days with no contact, correct? Moeka looks up to me with pleading eyes. I won't betray FB. FB betrayed you. I believe in FB. He threw you away. FB used you, and now your usefulness has ended. FB isn't like that. And what sort of person was he? She was gentle to me, like a mother. I finally had a place I belonged. Like a mother? FB is a woman. I expected an evil-looking old man like you see in the movies, but I guess I was wrong. I talked to her about my worries. She always replied right away, like a friend, but gentle, accepting. Have you met her? Moeka shakes her head weakly. You haven't met? Even though she's like your mother? Your friend? Damn. If they had met, then I could have gotten Moeka to lead me to her. Rounders must hide their identities from one another. So you've talked, but you've never met. But you must have wanted to marry her, or meet her. Meet her, right? Even if it was against the rules. No. No. It would ruin everything if she saw the real me. Did she ever say she wanted to meet you? No. Never. And I never asked. So no phone calls either, then? Moeka turns away, and then she nods faintly. Didn't you wonder why? Why such a kind, gentle woman refused to meet you in person? Was it really just the rules? And why isn't she returning your emails now? Think about it. She was using you. You were tricked. Don't say that. She's not like that. What did her last email say before she stopped contacting you? Leave the IBN 5100 at the designated location. The IBN 5100? Moeka, you fool, you let your tongue slip. 2 weeks ago, FB told her to leave the IBN 5100 at the drop point. That means she already had it in her possession at that time. I recall how Moeka kept bombarding me with questions about the IBN 5100. I might have let it slip that I found the computer at the Yanabayashi Shrine. After that, she sent her email. The world line changed. The lock was broken on the shrine's storehouse door. The IBN 5100 was gone. These facts pointed to one conclusion. She sent herself to the location of the IBN 5100. Now that I know, it seems so obvious. If only I hadn't trusted Moeka. If only I had seen through her lies. But no, I played right into her hands. I was the tool's tool. I almost burst into self-deriding laughter, but I desperately hold it back and keep a straight face. What was the designated location? The coin lock. In front of Daibiri. The coin locker in front of Daibiri. Wait, isn't that the world line where Lukoko hid the IBN 5? Isn't that where Lukoko hid the IBN 5100 on the previous world line? Is this another effect of convergence? Can I retrieve the IBN 5100 if I go there now? No, I can't expect it to still be there. I remember what happened with Lukoko. The invisible force of convergence is keeping the IBN 5100 away from me. If I want to get it back, I need to cancel Moeka's email. I know the message. I've already reached my goal. Sob. Moeka starts to cry softly. I sigh deeply and lift myself off Moeka's body. Then I lean back against the wall and stretch my aching limbs. I take Moeka's phone out of my pocket. I'm using your phone. Moeka slowly gets up. She wipes her tears and fixes her hair and clothes. Her wavy hair obscures her face from this angle, so I can't make out her expression. She doesn't react to what I said. Even though I'm no longer restraining her, she doesn't try to attack me and take her phone back. I open Moeka's mailbox and search for the D-mail. It takes about 3 minutes, but I finally find it. 3 mails from Moeka's own phone, each 12 characters long, sent on August 4th and received on July 31st. Retro PCs at Yanabayashi Shrine. Just as I suspected, Moeka changed her D-mail in the few seconds I had my back turned. All I need now to do is send the cancellation D-mail. Okabe! You're at the lab? Don't worry me like that. Idiot. What? Were you worried about me? I mean, you set off an obvious death flag. I'm surprised you're still alive. Where are you now? I'm standing at the lab. Set up the machine. I'm sending another D-mail. Destination? July 31st, 11 a.m. 11 a.m. on the 31st. While Kurisu calculates the hours, I type the mail. It says, do not go. Not at Shrine. It's a trap. I address the mail to the phone wave, name subject to change. Okay, all set. Alright. Activated. Activated. I press the send button. The mail starts sending. Feeding Steiner should activate, this time for sure. I brace myself for the incoming vertigo. Well? Nothing. Why won't it change? Another mistake? No, there's no way. I know what Moeka's message said. This email should have cancelled it. Why isn't it working? What the hell's wrong this time? What did the first email say? The IBN 5100 was at the Yanabayashi Shrine. I tried to cancel it by telling her it's a trap, but it didn't work. I'll try to phrase it differently. Wait! We went through this with the Lotto 6 equipment, remember? Experiment. The Lotto 6 experiment. I sent myself the winning numbers, but the past me didn't buy the ticket. Instead, he gave the winning numbers to Lukako. The person who raised the D-mail chooses whether or not to act accordingly. Kyur learned that the IBN 5100 was at the shrine, though the cancellation mail came right afterward. I guess she ignored it and went anyway. Maybe she didn't believe the cancellation mail, or maybe she was so diligent she decided to check it out even when told not to. I glance at Moeka. She's still hanging her head, but her tears have run dry. I wonder if she's listening. Damn. Even when told it was too risky to go to the shrine, she went anyway. I need a more persuasive message. Something that will prevent her from going to the shrine. Like what? That's the problem. Is it possible to persuade her with just 36 bytes of text? Or should we consider other possibilities? What if I sent a D-mail to myself on July 30th? Could I beat her to the IBN 5100? Were you even interested in the IBN 5100 then? When did I start caring about the IBN 5100? I can't remember. Fine. That's out. So how do I convince Moeka to listen? At that moment, an electric shock runs through my brain. 2 initials. FB. What? Moeka's handler. She's obsessed with FB. If the mail comes from FB, she'll do whatever it says. Do you have FB's phone? No. They haven't even met. We don't know where FB is. Then there's nothing we can do. Give me a little time. You're gonna make me wait again. Well, I've been pulling all-nighters recently, so whatever. Just don't do anything stupid, okay? So, even after prying answers out of Moeka, there's still more work to be done. Fate really seems to love getting in my way. Alright, to break out of this word line, I need FB's identity and location. I call Moeka's name. When she finally looks up, I drop her phone onto her lap. She accepts it with a confused expression. Looks like we're searching for FB now. Moeka grips her phone, but she doesn't look at the screen. I sigh deeply. I need to get as much information on FB out of her as I can. How exactly did you become a rounder? Honestly, I couldn't care less. I hate having to stand here and talk with the woman who killed Mary. Hugging her phone to her chest, Moeka retrieves her glasses and puts them back on. 4 years ago, I tried to kill myself. Her voice is barely an audible whisper. For a moment, I'm surprised she's not talking by mail. I had no hope. I wanted to get away from everything. Why? No big reason. Her expression is blank, lifeless, like always. But behind her glasses, her eyes are red from crying. They are the only trace of emotion on her doll-like face. Little things. Lots of little things piled up. I've always been like this. And your family? Moeka shakes her head a little. She is gone, I guess. I don't bother asking whether she ever had parents. It doesn't really matter. I locked myself in my room and overdosed on sleeping pills. But I didn't die. Afterwards, I got a mail. Recruiting rounders, it said. It was sent to hundreds of people, not just me. Isn't that spam? Do the rounders really recruit like that? Nothing mattered anymore, so on a whim, I replied. And then, FB contacted me. Ever since, I followed FB's orders. Were you always stationed in Akaba? Moeka shakes her head. Until 3 months ago, I was in Nagoya. Before that, Yokohama. Before that, the Rounder's chief duty is to acquire IBM 5100s. I guess they had her traveling all over Japan, digging up info on retro PCs. How many IBM 5100s have you found so far? Not even one. No results. It sounds like CERN is spending a lot of effort for not much return. I sighed deeply once again. So, what now? Are you going to sit here, wallowing in despair, until you kill yourself 4 days from now? Or do you want to rebel against fate? Rebel? Even as I ask the question, I know that for her, rebellion is impossible. This bloodline has already approved her death. She's in the same situation as Mayuri. No matter what she does, she will die. I know that, and yet I ask the question. FB used you and threw you away. Accepted. And then ask yourself what you're going to do about it. Moeka looks down. Even if FB did use me, that was the only place I belonged. That was the first time in my entire life that I was needed. FB gave me purpose. To protect that purpose, to protect FB, I would do anything. You are beyond that. Beyond hope. I stand up. Drown in your dependence for all I care. Your death has already been decided. But I won't let fate have its way. I'm rebelling to the end. No matter what, I will save Mayuri. Just a little bit more. I can't give up now. It's midnight, and Akaba is practically empty. The silence is eerie. There's no sign of anyone near the coin locker. Considering the IBM 5100 size, it couldn't fit in the regular size lockers. She must have put it in one of the 3 larger lockers on the right. The light's on. The bottom locker is still in use. Is the IBM 5100 inside? My heart starts pounding in my chest. I feel my face grow hot with excitement. We've been apart for far too long, my partner, but now only a thin locker door separates us. Is this what love feels like? Let's not go crazy. I force myself to consider the situation calmly. Is the IBM 5100 really inside? I want to check right this instant. I can't believe I forgot to ask Moeka which locker she used. Should I get a crowbar or something to pry the locker open? If the IBM 5100 really is inside, and I steal it, what will happen to the world line? I have yet to cancel all of the D-mails, which I thought was the only way to restore the original world line. Now the IBM 5100 is so close. Why can't I just reach out and take it? I know how to cancel Moeka's D-mail, so I can always do that if this doesn't work. Let's try it, just to make sure. First, I make a quick visit to the lab. Ignoring the complaints of the lab mems who stayed awake in the lab all night, I retrieve a makeshift crowbar from the development room. Then, I return to the lockers and thrust the pointed tip of the crowbar into the crack of the door. Just as I begin to pry, a shrill siren shatters the night. I look up to see the red lights of a patrol car coming this way. Their timing couldn't be worse. The police release me after about 30 minutes of scolding. I return to the coin locker and try to pry it open again. Immediately another patrol car appears. This time, they take me to the police station. I'm stuck in an interrogation room all night, getting preached to by policemen. I conclude that this is another effect of attractor field convergence. No matter what I do, I cannot obtain the IBM 5100 on this world line. That is what fate has decreed. I get the police to call my father, and they finally release me. They didn't go as far as to arrest me, but the policemen, as well as my father, scold me harshly. I act apologetic, but in actuality, their words fall on deaf ears. After my father goes home, I head straight to Moeka's apartment. I tried calling her. I took the opportunity to memorize her phone number yesterday, but she wouldn't pick up at all. Before I get there, I send a mail to Daru asking him to check if the coin locker is still occupied. The door to Moeka's apartment is unlocked. I find Moeka hugging her knees in the corner, just like she was when I first found her. You put the IBM 5100 in the bottom right locker, correct? How? Out of all of the lockers, only 3 could hold the IBM 5100. Out of those 3, only the bottom was in use. If that's the one you used, then FB hasn't picked it up yet. Do you know what that means? Moeka frowns. It means that if we stake out the locker, you'll get to meet FB. It hasn't occurred to you. Some secret agent you are. It's from Daru. I'm headed there now. You coming? What will you do if you meet her? Borrow her phone. That's the best way to prevent Moeka from going to Yanabayashi Shrine. I can't meet her. I'm too afraid. The real me could never live up to her expectations. Something tells me her expectations were never that high to begin with. Moeka's face contorts again. I'm being blunt. Not only because Moeka is Mayuri's murderer, but also because Moeka's weakness is starting to get on my nerves. Just like Daru's mail said, the locker is still occupied when I get there. I look around to make sure there are no patrol cars. No crowbars this time. I don't feel like getting arrested. I head across the street to Daiburu, hide behind one of its humongous pillars, and begin the stakeout. My legs are getting tired. I was going to borrow Mayuri's portable game console, but I decided I didn't need the distraction. Still, it's pretty tough to keep standing like this. I also need to stay inconspicuous. Someone might notice if they see me standing in the same place for hours. I wouldn't want a security guard to give me trouble. I mean, I guess there's not much worry about that. I've already been here for several hours without incident. My legs are numb, so I squat and lean against the pillar. So hungry. I'd love to go get some food, but I can't take my eyes off the locker. Just then, someone taps me on the shoulder. FB? I tried to leap to my feet, but my legs got tangled and I fall over. Moeka is standing there, looking down at me with those glassy eyes. What are you doing here? I'll keep watch too. Is that okay? Why the change of heart? I stand up and dust off my clothes. You were comfortable with your male-only relationship, weren't you? I thought you wanted to maintain the distance. So, what made you decide to risk a meeting? At this rate, Moeka puts her head on her knees. She looks ready to cry. I've seen that expression once before, in her moonlit apartment. If I lose contact with FB, I'll lose my connection to the world? Moeka nods faintly. You can't bear to be alone yourself, yet you'd end an innocent girl's life because some person you've never met told you to. A cultist. That's what you are. And her cult leader, FB, abused her weakness before throwing her out like old clothes. It pisses me off. FB's cruelty, Moeka's weakness. I can't decide which I hate more. Then, Moeka nervously brings out a convenience store bag. What's this? Instead of answering, Moeka looks away. I look inside. Whoa! Milk and bean buns! Exactly what you need on a stakeout. There's enough for two. You bought this and brought this for me? Moeka nods. Very well. You may join the stakeout. Now we can take turns watching, and we'll also look less suspicious to passers-by. The night draws on, and still no sign of FB. We nap in 1-hour shifts, but it doesn't help the exhaustion. On top of that, I don't have anyone to talk to. Moeka can't keep a conversation going, so there's nothing I can do to stave off boredom. I went back to the lab to shower just before dawn, but Karisu, who was working an all-nighter on the time limit machine, just glared at me. The wait finally ends just after 1 p.m. on the 13th. Someone comes to open the lower right locker. We watch from behind the pillar. It's a nondescript middle-aged man. He's dressed in a new suit, but it hangs rather poorly on him, as if he's not used to wearing it. Is that FB? Moeka shakes her head firmly. FB is a woman. So maybe she hired someone to pick it up. Or it could be that someone from the locker company is here to clear it after weeks overdue. That would make us all idiots. Moeka, FB, and me. The man has the key to the locker. He pays the late fee with 100 yen coins, then removes the cardboard box with the IBN 5100 inside. The man thought ahead and brought a push card. He puts the IBN 5100 onto the push card with a bit of effort and begins walking away. Follow him. The man heads straight for the Akihabara station. Strangely enough, he walks up to an overweight man standing in front of the ticket machine. The overweight man is wearing a t-shirt and has all the signs of an otaku. He doesn't seem to have anything in common with the first guy, who looked like an average salaryman. They transfer the IBN 5100 into the overweight man's suitcase. After they exchange a few words, the overweight man enters the station alone. Then the guy in the suit leaves. Weird. What was the purpose of that transfer? Is the overweight man FB, or is he just another link in some kind of chain? At any rate, if we keep following the IBN 5100, we should reach FB eventually. We enter the station. The overweight man boards the Yamanote line. We board on the next car and keep watch through the connecting door. It's a weekday afternoon, so there aren't many passengers. 30 minutes later, we arrive at Shinjuku Station. Here, the train sees a sharp increase in passenger traffic. He's getting off. Moeka pulls on my sleeve. The overweight man has slipped into the stream of departing passengers. He's about to exit onto the platform. We follow him, but due to our slow reaction, we have to push our way through the boarding passengers. The train doors close, and it slowly departs. The man starts walking towards the exit. Shinjuku is crowded, so we have to follow close behind, or we'll lose him. But then I stop on my tracks. What? The man is empty-handed. His suitcase is missing. What? For a second, I think we followed the wrong man, but no, it's definitely him. We watched him the whole time he was on the train. There's no doubt he had the suitcase when the train arrived in Shinjuku. Could he have passed it to someone else in this crowd? Clever. They never know how to lose. They know how to lose a tail. Oh, back in time. I return to the lab and leap an hour back. I find myself inside the train. I know it's bad manners to use my phone on a train, but it's an emergency. According to the train's display, we're about to leave Otsuka for Ikebukuro. 3 stops to Shinjuku. Moeka is next to me, acting inconspicuous. I peek at the overweight man in the next car. They'll make their move at Shinjuku. That guy's gonna get off, but he actually hands the package to someone else. He got us good just now. Just now? Doesn't look like Moeka's caught on yet. I just time leaped from an hour in the future. Time leaped? Moeka's eyes widen. The train arrives at Shinjuku on schedule. Just to make sure, I'll have Moeka follow the man when he gets off. Before the door closes. Before the door is open. I stealthily move to his car. He still has the suitcase with the IBM 5100. Now arriving at Shinjuku. The doors open and passengers spew out. The overweight man leaves too, just like last time, however. I knew it. He leaves the suitcase on the train. And now, passengers from Shinjuku board. Someone walks up to the abandoned suitcase. It's a woman in her 30s pushing a baby stroller. There's no baby. The woman casually loads the suitcase into her stroller and sits down. After witnessing that scene, I return to the neighboring car. I need to be careful. These guys are serious about avoiding pursuit. The train starts moving. I contact Moeka so we can regroup later. After that incident, the package swaps couriers like a hot potato, snaking around the tracks that run through Tokyo like a web. Whenever they give me the slip, I time leap and resume the chase. Finally, the courier and package get aboard the Hibiya line and return to Akibahara Station, where it all began. I recognize the last courier. He's one of the men who raided the lab with Moeka. Dark skin, crew cut, the one who hit me with his gun. The man easily carries the 25-kilo package out of the station. We follow. A car honks its horn. Moeka and I immediately hide. Peering out from cover, I see a white flatbed parked in front of the station. A muscular man hops out of the driver's seat. What? I know that face. No, it can't be. I desperately tried to organize my thoughts. That's Tenoshi Yugo, owner of the Braun Tube Workshop. Mr. Braun. Why? Why is he here? Does this mean he's connected to FB? To the Rounders? Was the Braun Tube Workshop just a front for CERN? Is that how he could afford to keep it open? What's going on here? His shop is right below the lab. If he's working for the enemy, then I shiver at the thought. Stop. Let's not rush to conclusions. He might just be another courier. We watch from a distance. Tenoshi takes the suitcase from the crew cut man and loads it to the back seat of his car. Then he gets into the car, alone, and takes off towards the Showadori. I stare after it in disbelief. The time leaps several hours to before the first man arrived at the coin locker. I explain the situation to Moeka. My plan is to get ahead of the package. After killing some time at Starbucks, we rent a car. I don't have a license, so Moeka is driving. We go to the street in front of the roundabout, facing Showadori, and park near Yadabashi camera. Goes to show how my heuristic brain is working. Yodobashi camera. Differ from Yanabayashi. Separate. I saw a Y and a she. Now we wait. Nervous? You look terrified. How long have you been driving? First time. What? This is your first time? Oh, come on. Just don't crash. I was surprised Moeka had a license in the first place. Apparently, FB told her it would come in handy for her around her work. I have Moeka wait in the car while I keep a lookout on the roundabout. The white station wagons already stopped there. From this distance, I can clearly see Tenoji in the driver's seat. Nobody else is riding. The crew cut guy should arrive just after 5 p.m. As expected, the crew cut man arrives right on time, effortlessly dragging the suitcase behind him. It feels weird seeing the exact same scene from a different angle. I hurry back to the car where Moek is waiting. He's coming. The station wagon rolls past us. It takes a left turn at the Showadori intersection towards Okachimachi. Moeka smoothly sets the car in motion. Finally, we arrive at Tenoji's house in Okachimachi. This is the house where Suzuha lived. Her rusty old mountain bike is still sitting out front. Tenoji brings the IBN 5100 inside. We stop a little farther down the road and to keep watch. What does this mean? Where is FB? The question is, why did he bring it inside? Is he just holding on to it? Or is he FB? Does he know FB? Moeka insists that FB is a woman. So maybe it's Tenoji's wife, whom I've never met. I have Moeka show me one of FB's mails. Sorry for not being useful. M4, it's true that you're not very good with people, but I think that it's just part of what makes you unique and special. Besides, you have no trouble talking to me, do you? Honestly, M4, there's nobody else who works as hard as you do. I'm very thankful for that. I'm glad you joined the Rounders. Even if nobody else values you, I'll always look out for you. Feel free to email me whenever you like. Oh yes, since you're finally in Nagoya, you should try some of the local delicacies. It's not good for your health to keep eating convenience store food, or do you not like me so, M4? In any case, a girl your age needs to eat better. I recommend the firm miso stew. She's kept a lot of mails archived like this one. M4 is my code name. FB gave it to me. Moeka's a mailing machine. She sent FB nearly 10 mails a day, but FB replied to every single one. You'd have to be a saint to reply to all those emails. No wonder Moeka was so dependent on FB. So, time for another stakeout. I have Daru set up a wireless infrared camera on the telephone pole down the street. We park a couple blocks away and watch the video feed. The next day, Tenoji goes to work on his moped like usual. He returns after sunset. There's no sign of his daughter, Ne, or his wife. Something finally happens on Sunday morning. Just before 3 a.m., 6 people show up at Tenoji's house. It's them. It's dark, but I recognize them. They are the rounders who raided the lab with Moeka. Moeka doesn't show much of a reaction. I thought she knew them. I ask, but she says she's never met them before. It looks like this world line's Moeka has been cut off completely. Were they done with her once she found them in IBN 5100? Tenoji comes outside and loads the IBN 5100 into the station wagon. Then the 6 men get in and drive away. Tenoji sees them off, then goes back inside his house. What now? I'm interested in Tenoji's story, but the IBM 5100 will lead us to FB. We decide to follow the station wagon. The pursuit ends at Narita International Airport. The 6 men, IBM 5100 in tow, board a plane headed for France. France, Sarin's home country. What does this mean? Tenoji's wife might be FB, since there's no sign of FB this far. She must be an extremely cautious individual, but the evidence suggests only one possibility. On World Line Alpha 1, Moeka's men attacked the night the time leap machine was completed. Their timing was perfect. It makes sense if you assume that Tenoji is closely linked to FB. He was right downstairs the whole time we were discussing our plans. FB knew exactly what we were up to. We were dancing to her tune all along. When we get back to Akiba, Moeka and I start walking towards Tenoji's house, but on the way, I get an angry call from Chris demanding an update, so I decided to take care of that first. Chris sighs when she sees me. Mary says I saw Orion last night. It was really pretty. I hope you were looking up at the same time, because then it would be like we're close by, even if we were really far away. Stars are really far away. Stars are romantic if you think like that, aren't they? What? Yeah, I saw it too. First night in a while I've had time to look at the stars, but I don't think it was Orion. That's a winter constellation. Okay, I'll send it. Sure. Chris sighs and she sees me, as I said. I thought I asked you to keep me posted. I've been busy. But busy. Right. Krisu glances at Moeka. Were you worried about me? Of course not. Why should I care what you're up to? It's just, Mayuri was really worried. I don't want to see her sad. So at least give her a call, okay? Now that she mentions it, it feels like I haven't talked to Mayuri in forever. I'm doing this to save Mayuri. I'm close to discovering our true enemy. Our enemy? But Kirsu glances at Moeka again. Moeka is completely expressionless. She's lightly kicking the dirt in boredom. She hasn't used her phone once since we began the search for FB. Isn't she our enemy? She is an enemy, but we're cooperating in order to uncover the truth. Isn't she the one who killed Mayuri? Yes. However, Moeka's just a pawn, and one that no longer poses a threat. To save Mayuri, we need to capture the king. Well, the king's cell phone. Whatever. So, where are you going now? Take me with you. Have you gone mad, assistant mine? I'm perfectly sane, and I'm not your assistant. It could be dangerous. Eh? Kurisu falters for a moment, but quickly tightens her expression. Do I die today? I experienced the future, so I know who dies today. No. You don't die. Then there's no problem. This world line has essentially guaranteed my survival. Right. Kurisu doesn't die today. neither does Mary. The only person who dies today is Hiro Moeka. This afternoon, she kills herself. I've already told Moeka her fate, but in spite of that, Moeka doesn't seem upset, at least on the surface. She's expressionless, as always. The only difference is that she's not checking her phone as often. But Moeka's not a strong woman. Beneath that expressionless mask, is she struggling against the fear of death? I decide to confront Tenochi directly. I have Chris who stand guard outside the house while Moeka and I go inside. Not that we're planning to break in. We ring the doorbell like honest citizens. Tenochi soon opens the door and invites us into the living room. The divergence meter is sitting in its usual spot. I glance at the numbers. 0.523307%. There's still a long way to go before I reach 1%. How much more of this can I take? Make yourselves at home. It's just after dawn. Much too early for guests, but Tenochi welcomes us with a smile. He even starts preparing some instant coffee. You're an early riser, Mr. Braun. Yeah. Gotta see my little girl off to school. I know it's summer break, but habits die hard. Is your daughter still asleep? Hey, you thinking of trying something while she's sleeping? Touch her and I'll break your hand. Got it? Don't worry. I'm more interested in his wife. There's still no sign of her. Is she asleep too? Or could she be hiding somewhere? I'd like to do a thorough search of the house, but of course, that's impossible. And then there's what he said just now about seeing Nay off to school. That sounded like something a single father would say. I suspected that FB was Tenochi's wife, but that may have been a mistake. Maybe Tenochi is just another courier after all. Maybe he doesn't even know about FB. There's the possibility that FB might not even be an Akiba. I need answers. But how do I get them? Moeka is just staring at the floor. I can't count on her for any bright ideas. And whether or not Tenochi's wife is FB, I don't think this man will fall for any tricks. I decide to go for the direct approach. A few hours ago, 6 men stopped by this house to pick up a package, which they then delivered to France. You were there. I saw you. This time, Tenochi doesn't give me his usual macho attitude. He just smiles softly. And? The package contained the IBM 5100. You know what that is, of course? Yeah, the legendary retro PC. This is too easy. He's never this cooperative. And you're just another courier? Or are you a rounder? Instead of answering my question, Tenochi looks straight at Moeka. Did you betray us, M4? Moeka jerks upright. M4 is Moeka's code name. Something only FB should know. No. Are you? FB? Tenochi laughs once, a dry sound. Ever heard of Ferdinand Braun? Moeka and I look at each other, confused by the sudden change of topic. Reading between the lines isn't simply a horizontal thing. How are they confused by the sudden quote-unquote change of topic? Come on. It was the Nobel Prize-winning physicist who invented the Braun tube. Tenochi has a thing for Braun tubes. I know that. But what does that have to do with anything? Ferdinand Braun. Initials? FB. Now you get it. Tenochi casually produces a handgun. The motion is so smooth and natural I don't even recognize it as a gun at first. Its heavy form gives off a chilling black luster. The muzzle is pointed at Moeka. What? Moeka and I are unarmed. We didn't plan for this. How could we have? We thought FB was Tenochi's wife, not the man himself. Let me ask you one thing. Your wife. She died having ne. Why? I curse silently. No wonder I've never seen her. She's been dead for years. Tenoji is FB. No, that can't be. I thought it was your world. I thought it was your world, M4. Now you're running away? Keeping his gun trained on Moeka, the man I knew as Mr. Braun, laughs scornfully. We're at an overwhelming disadvantage. I was a fool to believe the direct approach would work. Now my recklessness is going to get both of us killed. No, not both of us. I won't die here. I'm here because I time leap on the 16th. That fact is written on the fabric of this world line. So if the attractor field model is right, I can't possibly die now, on the morning of the 15th. My survival is guaranteed by the same force that keeps killing Mary. However, Moeka has no such protection. She dies today. It doesn't matter how. She could easily die now, right before my eyes. What am I going to do about it? Nothing. It doesn't matter. My goal is to obtain FP's cell phone and send a D-mail to Moeka in the past. This is the reason I'm here. In any case, I mustn't let his handgun scare me. There's no turning back now. All I can do is stay on the offensive. So you're a rounder. CERN's dog. Their dog? Yeah. You ain't wrong. Tenoji is like a different person today. He's composed. He doesn't get angry, even when I provoke him. You wouldn't expect a man with a gun to be so calm. Is this who he really is? Was the gruff but good-natured storekeeper just an act? If you shoot, it'll wake up your daughter. So what? Do you want your daughter to see you commit murder? My little girl's smart as a button. She'll understand. I grind my teeth. I can't believe you're around her. You, of all people. Hashira Suzu didn't give you a home so you could turn it into a safe house for CERN. Tenoji's smile stiffens for a second, but then he slaps his knee and laughs. You knew Suzu-san. You should have said something. Tenoji and I haven't spoken about Suzu on this world line. Anyway, what gives you the right to speak for her, huh? She died 10 years ago. You were what, 8? How do you know how she'd feel? She told me. I glare at Tenoji. The anger and frustration are overwhelming. She was here. And this time, not 5 days ago. I'll bring it to you here in Akihabara. That's my duty, and I'll see it through. The rest is up to you. Change the future, please. I still remember her words vividly. Though it feels like it's been forever since she spoke them in objective time, it was just a few days ago. She was right there, and you never knew it. Hashira Suzu. No, Amane Suzuha was a time traveler. She came from the future to stop CERN. What? You never noticed, FB? The woman who saved your life came from the year 2036. She was one of us, a lab member, the daughter of Hashira Itaru. Suzuha hated CERN, and here you are, a man who owes her everything, doing that dirty work. Is this how you honor Suzuha's memory? Stop making shit up. Tenoji thrusts his gun at me. I barely managed to keep from flinching. How did you turn out this way? Fuck you. It's complicated. Complicated. Is that supposed to be an excuse? Are you really FB? Moeka looks completely lost. Tenoji sighs and lowers his gun. Yeah, I am. The mails. I wrote them. Why did I pretend to be a woman? Camouflage, obviously. I had to hide my identity. The internet's full of guys pretending to be girls. I gotta say though, M4, you send too much goddamn mail. Who has time for that shit? You better be grateful I bothered to reply. No, FB was like a mother to me. I'd do anything for FB. That was the point. It's easy to manipulate nut jobs like you. Just gotta give him something to cling to. Enough! I approach Tenoji, but freeze once he points the gun at me again. Why did you stop emailing me? Huh? Oh right. Your usefulness ended the second you dropped off that IBN 5100. I'm useless? That was obvious. I've been telling her this whole time that FB abandoned her. I guess it wasn't real to her until she heard it from FB's own mouth. Recruiting members directly is bad for secrecy, but the Rounders make up for it by choosing expendable assets with nowhere else to go. Any member who finds an IBN 5100 is eliminated. No exceptions. What? What is he saying? That way, CERN gets to keep their secrets, plus have a cheap army of outcasts like us. FB. We're all expendable, every last one of us, and it sucks, let me tell you. Without dropping a smile, Tanaji takes his gun. As soon as our job's done, they get rid of us. Guess that makes us cattle, not dogs. And presses it against the side of his head. Disobey orders, and they go after your family. I can't let them touch my little girl, can I? Wait! Don't! Sorry for everything, Suzu-san. Really, how did I turn out this way? He pulls the trigger. Why? Brains splatter against the wall. Tenoji's massive body drops to the floor and sprawls out motionless. A dark red stain begins to spread over the tatami mats. He's dead. Tenoji is dead. No. Why? It's over, and I still don't understand what happened. Would he have killed himself, even if we hadn't confronted him? Was his death, too, the will of fate? Tenoji had completed his mission. Maybe he chose to eliminate himself rather than face CERN assassins. You fool. I bite down hard on my lip. I pound my fists against the floor. You left your daughter all alone. He meant to protect her with his sacrifice, but what is Nei supposed to do now? How could you die with a smile? All Rounders are expendable, he said. Does that mean FB was just another pawn? Is that how CERN operates? That's insanity. This can't be real. Nay. Is she still asleep in the next room, blissfully unaware of her father's suicide? How do I explain this to her? Should I run? Again, strictly speaking, my purpose is to obtain FB's phone. Once I send the D-mail and change the world line, all of this will be undone. I can run like a coward, and no one will know. I'll know. I timidly slide open the door to Nei's bedroom. It looks like you'd expect. There's a red backpack hanging next to the desk, and there's a futon laid on the floor. But Nei isn't there. The window is open. The lace curtains are waving, as if to invite the fresh morning breeze inside. She's gone? Where did she go? No, don't tell me CERN kidnapped her. I don't even know if she was here when we arrived. None of this makes sense. This isn't the world I know. His phone. I need Tenoji's phone. I'm relieved Nei isn't here. I don't have to tell her about her father's death. I find Tenoji's phone in his pants pocket. I was ready to kill him for it if I had to. I never thought he would kill himself. And now I'm looting his dead body like a hyena scavenging for scraps of meat. I make myself want to puke. I leave as soon as I have the phone, dragging the catatonic Moeka with me. We regroup with Kurisu, who is worried sick, waiting outside, and hail a taxi. I wish we hadn't spent so much time parked near Tanoji's house. Once the body is found, the police might trace the rental car back to us. Maybe we should have reported it first, but I'd rather not have to answer any questions. Besides, soon, none of this will have happened. So, the manager was FB. First, we take Moeka back to her apartment. There, I explained to Kurisu what happened. Moeka didn't say a word on the way back. Now she's sitting on the floor by the entrance, staring off into space. It must have been quite a shock to hear Tenoji's, FB's, confession. The one person she trusted betrayed her. She may never recover. But were Tenoji's actions really a betrayal? I'm not quite convinced. Something felt off back there. Rounders who complete their mission are eliminated, no exceptions. That's what FB said. But in that case, why wasn't Moeka killed? Hey, Moeka? It's possible that FB did what he did so you could live. Maybe he didn't abandon you. Maybe by pushing you away, he was trying to keep you safe. This may be wishful thinking. We'll never know FB's true intentions. But I want to believe that Tenoji did care for her, and that there was a place for Moeka somewhere. What am I doing? Why am I trying to comfort Moeka? Maybe I'm just soft. Okabe, we need to send the D-mail now. Chris's expression is grave. Miss this chance, and you could be in a lot of trouble. Chris, who had the same thought as me. Your goal is to save Mayuri, not take revenge on CERN, right? I don't want anyone else to be hurt because of the machine we built. Yeah, you're right. FB's phone is in my possession. There's no longer any reason to stay on this world line. It's only a matter of time until the police come looking for us. I should send the D-mail immediately. When I do, the present will be reconstructed. Tenoji will still be alive, Moeka will still be in contact with FB, and at last, the IBM 5100 will return to me. I just need to think about saving Mayuri, and all will be well. Do you think Daru's still at the lab? I'll try calling. I'll send the same message I tried to send earlier from Moeka's phone, only this time it will be from FB's phone. When Moeka sees it, she'll believe it to be an order from FB. Knowing her dependence on FB, she'll obey without question. It makes me sick to be taking advantage of Moeka's vulnerabilities like this. How am I any different from FB? He said he'll be there in 5 minutes, so we just wait until then. By the way, something weird happened back there. After closing her phone, Kurisu glances at Moeka and lowers her voice. While I was waiting outside, I heard a gunshot. And right after that, I saw her. Her? Who? Nai-chan. She ran out the back door. When I called her to stop, our eyes met. Kurisu bites her lip as if fighting an unpleasant memory. It happened right after she heard the gunshot. If that's true, then Nae saw her father die. She saw her father die and ran away. What? There's a knock on the door. Someone's here. Who? Moeka, who had been squatting by the entrance, slowly lifts her head. This is wrong. The timing's too perfect. Today, Kiru Moeka dies. This world line has already approved that fate. Has it come for her already? Moeka reaches for the doorknob. Wait! Don't! I try to stop her, but too late. Moeka is already turning the doorknob. The door opens slowly, and there stands. Hi. An innocent greeting. A child's voice. Familiar. How did she find this place? How did she get here? Why did she come here? She ran away. Our eyes met. Right after I heard the gunshot. Nay steps up to Moeka. Moeka's body blocks my view. The next instant, Moeka drops to her knees like a string-cut puppet. Aha! An innocent laugh. Ahahaha! Hands dyed with blood. Ahahaha! A cleaver in her hand. No way. Yes way. Nay's lips twist into a victorious sneer. She looks straight at me, her eyes burning with intense hatred. Maybe it wasn't plugged in all the way. Did that fix it? Question mark. All that being said, she looks straight at me, her eyes burning with intense hatred. Those aren't the eyes of a child. What's going on here? Is this really Nay? I won't forgive you. The venom in her voice chills me to the bone. Daddy died because of you. I'll never forgive you. I'll kill you with my own two hands. Karisu and I stare in shocked silence. Neither of us can move a muscle. Okabe Rentaro. My heart skips a beat. I feel like someone just walked over my grave. I'll come for you in 15 years. I hope you spend them quivering in terror. Aha! Nay tosses the knife away and leaves, laughing all the while. I hear the sound of her footsteps pattering down the stairs. Soon they fade away, leaving us in silence. What the hell was that? A demon? Was she possessed? My entire body is shaking. I have to struggle just to move a finger. What about Moeka? Moeka's clothes are soaked in blood. There's a gaping wound in her abdomen where Nay stabbed her. Calm down. Karisu yells for me to come to my senses, and then she takes out her phone. Check on Kirisu. I'll call an ambulance. No, wait. Before that, maybe you should just send the D-mail. Even now, Karisu is calm. I feel an irrational surge of anger at her composure, but I know that she is right. Once I send the D-mail, this world line will be undone. I know that, but still, I run to Moeka's side. When I lift her up in my arms, I see that her chest is already covered in blood. Moeka! She is my enemy. Hang in there! She killed Mayuri. Can you hear me? Moeka! I can't understand her. I can't forgive her. And yet, I can't help but call her name. Because in a sense, she is a victim too. Moeka slowly opens her eyes. Her eyes are blank and unfocused. She's fading fast. I can't... She tries to speak, but her voice catches in her throat. I bring my ear closer to her lips. I killed someone precious to you. Yes, you did. Countless times. Not on this world line, but on others. This is my punishment. The will of fate. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I silently squeeze Moeka's hand. Moeka doesn't squeeze back. She no longer has the strength. I had nothing except FB. The only place I have belonged. I would kill to protect it. You're right. To hate me. I'm sorry. I forgive you. The words come to my lips, unbidden. But as soon as I speak them, I understand why. Moeka does not kill Mayuri on this world line. Even if she could, it would not happen until tomorrow. This Moeka, the one dying in my arms, is innocent. And yet, even now, she says, I'm sorry. How can I not answer her? I forgive you. Perhaps the words are meaningless. Forgiving Moeka will not cure Nei's hate, neither will Moeka's death. I don't even know if it's truly mean. If I truly mean what I'm saying. But still, I remember what Chris said. My goal is to save Mayuri, not avenge her. So here, now, I forgive you. The anguish seems to fade from Moeka's face. Her eyes slowly close. A tear slides down Moeka's cheek. Her hand slips from my grasp. She is no longer breathing. Biting my lip, I lay Moeka to rest on the floor. I place her purple phone in her hands. Okabe. Kurisu calls to me in a weak voice. I think you should send the D-mail. Everything's ready at the lab. Yeah. Moeka and FB are gone, but Mayuri's fate remains unchanged. The universe still demands her death. Hey, Christina. When I send the D-mail and change divergence, do you think Moeka's fate will change? Based on the attractor field model you spoke of, she'll be more likely to live if divergence exceeds 1%. Sorry. I wish I knew what to say. Don't worry about it. I stand up. Moeka's blood clings to my hand. It won't come off, even when I wipe it with a tissue. I stop trying and take out FB's phone. I nod to Kurisu. She calls Daru and tells him to activate the phone wave, name subject to change. I take one last look at Moeka's body lying there. Causality is a strange and terrifying thing. At the beginning of all this, Moeka killed Mayuri. But now, Moeka lies dead while Mayuri still lives. All because I changed the past. Moeka, if you're going to apologize for a sin you didn't commit, then I must apologize as well. And that's it. Or is it? I was just so used to it for the past two chapters. The world warps. Once the distortion dissipates, Kurisu is gone. So is Moeka's body. The phone I'm gripping is my own. FB's phone has disappeared. I look at my hands. They're clean. No blood. No knife on the floor either. Everything was undone. But then, why am I in this room? There are 2 bottles of Dr. P on the coffee table. Both are open. One is nearly empty, but the other is still full. I jump at the sound of a running shower. After a few minutes, Moeka comes out of the bathroom expressionless. You're alive. Moeka sits down on the tatami mats, not questioning why I'm here. She takes out her purple phone and begins typing a mail. It feels like forever since I've seen her lightning speed typing. I don't need an IBM 5100 anymore, Moeka. This mail doesn't make sense. It reads like Moeka and I were discussing the IBM 5100 moments ago. Of course, that's exactly what happened on this world line. That explains why I'm here. What do you mean? My supervisor told me to stop looking. Your supervisor? You mean FB? How do you know about FB? Where did you get that information? So FB's still alive. I feel relief, but also fear. I mustn't forget that he is my enemy. For now, however, I am more interested in what Moeka just said. FB cancelled her mission to retrieve the IBN 5100. Doing your duty sets you up for disposal, so we're more like cattle than dogs. I recall his last words. Perhaps he cancelled her mission so that they wouldn't be eliminated. But I don't think that will prevent their deaths. They cannot escape their fate. I won't forgive you until I kill you with my own hands. I cover my ears. I can't get that childish yet hate-filled voice out of my head. On that world line, I turned an innocent girl into a murderer. I bite my lip hard, hard enough to draw blood. That world line has already been undone. But how will things turn out on this new world line? No, there's no point thinking about it. If the plan worked, the IBM 5100 should already be back in my possession. And if that's the case, then there's no need to stay on this world line either. On the way back to the lab, I stop by the Braun Tube workshop and peek in through the window. The 42-inch CRT is powered on, and Tenoji, FB, is lounging in front of it, reading the sports page. FB is still alive. His daughter, Nei, has no reason to hate anyone now. I climb the stairs to the lab. There's nobody there but Krisu. Have you been to Kiryu Moeka's apartment? Huh? Krisu pauses her at-channel browsing session to look at me in confusion. Moeka-san's apartment? Never. Oh. Okay. Why do you ask? It doesn't matter. Just wondering. I cut across the lounge and head straight for the development room. In the middle of that room sits the time leap machine. After a glance at the time leap machine, I scan the shelves. It's here! A large, familiar cardboard box. I was right. Inside the box is the IBM 5100, the legendary retro PC stolen from me by a twist of fate. At last, it has returned. The long battle is finally over. I did it. We can save Mayuri. Daughter, where is my super hacker? I can't contain my excitement. My heart is beating like a jackhammer, and I'm not talking to anybody, so I can check my mail. Oh. You went to Kamima, remember? Oh, right. Okay, well, she's in the other room. I can still check my phone. It's Mayuri saying, Lucarin's been acting strange lately, so Mayuri didn't go to Kamima today. Are you still at the lab? Maybe I'll go there now. I haven't seen you in a couple of days, you know? We usually see each other every day, so it's really lonely. I know it's only been 4 days at most, but I'm used to being with you all the time. I'm your hostage, remember? Don't let go. So wait, Daru went to Kamima, but Mayuri didn't. So I guess I just had a misconception as to what Kamima even was like. I thought that was a weird thing for a second there. I can't wait that long, so I fire up the time machine and leap. As shape and color return to the world, I see Daru in front of his computer, sleepily playing in a Roge. Kurisu's napping on the sofa. She probably just got done with her all-nighter on the time leap machine. Mayuri's not around. She probably went to Lukuko to beg him to cosplay. Daru, Christina? Kurisu jerks awake. It's time for the final phase of Operation Vertitandi. My sonorous declaration earns only blank stares. Why are they so slow? The IBN 5100, Daru. Yeah? Listen to me, man. We have an IBN 5100. Of course we do. You're the one who founded Dokurin. Yes. Yes, I did. I found it at the Yanabayashi Shrine. Have you been drinking too much soda? Let me sleep, for crying out loud. Chrissy rubs her eyes and complains. She looks dead tired. I was up all night. A question, Daru. Have you researched how to use the IBN 5100? Huh? Well, yeah, I guess. Can you believe I did it while preparing for Kamima? I'm like a saint or something. They'd knight me for this in England. Then we shall call you Sir Super Hacker. Hell no. Will you guys shut up? You're giving me a headache. If Daru knows how to use the IBN 5100, then we can hack it to CERN right now. Hear me, lab mems. Mayuri's not here, but that's actually more convenient. Our long struggle has at last reached its climax. Ragnarok is at hand. Now we must deliver the decisive blow. With the power of the IBM 5100, we shall crack CERN's most secure database and destroy it from the inside. Through the cowardly apparatus known as Echelon, the enemy has acquired precious intelligence on our activities. Now they plot to steal our sacred time machine upon which rests the hopes and dreams of all mankind. Beneath its scholarly trappings, CERN is a hive of scum and villainy, of men who would sacrifice innocent souls in their quest to rule all space and time. And now we are poised to crush them with the hammer of justice. And when we do, they will know once and for all by whose hands the wheel of fate truly turns. When the sun sets upon the battlefield, the foul system that rules the world will crumble, and from the flames a new age will rise, an age of glorious, unfettered chaos. Shut up. Kurisu gets fed up and rises from the sofa. What are you talking about? Nobody can know the darkness in Okurin's heart. First, get your character straight. What kind of mad scientist talks about the hammer of justice? I guess he just got caught up in the heat of the moment. Maybe he regrets it now. Come on, guys. Stop complaining and get ready. Get ready? To crack CERN. Weren't you listening? I don't think that's a good idea. When did you become a goody two-shoes? Where is your ambition? Are you trying to get us arrested? That's not the problem. I fight the urge to grind my teeth. Instead, I fix Kurisu with my stare. It's taken me so long, just to reach this point. This is my chance to escape the Alpha World line and save Mayuri. I won't let anyone get in my way. Anyone. Okay. What? Why so serious, man? I've got good reason. To them, only half an hour has passed since the Type I machine was built. But to me, many days have passed since this ordeal began. Please. I bow my head deeply. Please, hear me out. Or else Mayuri will die, and in 26 years the world will be ruled by CERN. Susua's sacrifice will have been for nothing. Daru claps me on the shoulder, then smiles broadly and thrusts his thumb skyward. It's not like I'm cracking for you or anything, okay? Oh god. I burst out in laughter. Sir Super Haka Sundarevaj is here to save the day. I couldn't have asked for a better right-hand man. As Daru hooks the IBN 5100 to his PC, I explain the situation one more time. Let's hope this is the last. This all happened because of the very first email I sent to Daru. CERN intercepts that email with Echelon and figured out what it meant, then sent their rounders after us. They will kill Mayuri, kidnap us, and steal the Time Leap machine. Some years after that, I assume, Daru and I escape and form the resistance to which Suzuha belonged. I tried to save Mayuri, but nothing worked. Every world line converged on the same result, just as attractor field theory said they would. You know, If this is all in your head, I think you've got a career as a light novel author ahead of you. It's true. All of it. To prevent Mayuri's death, and to free Suzuha's future from CERN, we need to escape from the Alpha World Line, and I think we can do that by canceling all our changes to the timeline so far. That should return us to the Beta World Line, the world line that existed before I sent that first email. There's just one more step. We need to erase the first email from CERN's database. What if Suzuha said... If what Suzuha said is correct, then erasing that data will take us over 1% divergence and back to the Beta World Line. It was just one short email, barely 36 bytes, but it changed the course of human history. The butterfly effect. Fascinating. Kurisu mutters as she sips her hot coffee. It looks like she's already recovered from her exhaustion. Do you believe him, Makaseshi? In theory. I'd like to see objective data, but that's obviously impossible. Relax. Your time leap machine worked perfectly. Oh, of course it did. She doesn't deny it. That's just like Kurisu. Besides, we were already planning to crack CERN's database, weren't we? Fine. Let's see what's in there. If the mail data exists, then it's proof that what you said is true. So what you're saying is, don't think, feel. Got it. You lost me. What he meant to say was, don't think, do. Daru extracts his massive body from the space behind the desk, plops himself down on the chair, and wipes away his sweat. Done bridging them, I think to tinker with the settings. I need to tinker with the settings a little, but we should be up and running in about 10 minutes. Alright. So, the first email started everything. Was that the one you showed me at ATF? The one that said I died or something? Right. I found you dead at Radicon and sent Daru an email. Daru happened to be experimenting on the phone wave, name subject to change at the time, so the discharge phenomenon occurred, and the mail was... My voice trails off. Something is telling me to stop. Fear rises in my chest, a sudden terrible certainty that I am missing something vital. I frantically replay the conversation in my head. We must cancel all of our changes to the timeline so far. The very first email started all. The one that said I died or something. Return to the world line that existed before I sent the first email. An icy fist seized my heart, and I turned to Chris with a look of pure terror. Our eyes meet. Those eyes of hers no longer show the sharp defiance from when we first met. Instead, they glow warmly with the light of curiosity. What? I was right. I had missed something vital. Something dire. The world line I set my sights on to save Mayuri. The world line upon which Suzuha staked her hope for the future. The world line I am at last poised to reach at the end of this long struggle. On that world line, Mayuri lives. On that world line, CERN fails. And on that world line, on the 8th floor of Radican, Maksekrisu dies. Dun, dun, dun. So apparently I have acquired 0 out of 6 of the true ending flags. So tomorrow or whenever I do the next stream, we will experience the end. However, I will need to choose how I'm going to progress with the other endings. Since there are 6 endings, should I do one big video with all the endings? Or like one big video with all the endings, excluding Mayuri's ending, excluding Kurisu's ending, excluding the true ending, which I have not seen. We shall see, but this ending is one of those I just said, so spoiler alert. Anywho, thanks for being here. Have a great day. I love you, bye.